cashing out some login cards, so we're gonna do Gunther against Mox. And apparently there's gonna be a what in the world is this stupid? Must be a character in the My Rise. Yeah, it's funny, even with no job for most of the time I've had this game. Actually, the entirety of this game. I have still not really wanted to play a My Rise. So if I was reviewing this, I would have never gotten on. I mean, you have to make sacrifices on what part of the game you're going to play.
Here you have the championship on the line, a champion on high alert.
I mainly want this to be kind of a bloody up the chest, beat the body down kind of match.
And now trying all he can to fight out of this.
Way here. Up for like an hour. I slept for a little bit. I guess kind of the heat got to me, and got up, and it's like, well, I'm just up. So, what the heck?
The challenger unable to stay out of harm's way. That shows you the ring general's genius in action. No way of being disqualified tonight.
Back, and that's a very mock-style comeback here too.
If we are lucky, we are going to see some truly innovative violence. I just hope the damage isn't too long-lasting for these competitors.
Saw it coming and counters it.
Oh, forward connects dead center of the face.
Foot meet face. Going outside. What's he got planned here? No telling what's underneath the ring tonight.
Getting some weaponry.
Those stop signs are just unforgiving.
Into the ring again now.
Just but okay. Beating on the chest reach here.
Echoing through the arena. Oh, jaw-shattering. Oh, and he stops that offense.
Mox fighting back.
Gunther's vulnerable here.
There's the paradigm.
DDT. This may be the challenger's moment.
Desperation, he gets a 0.
See it in the eyes from here. Disbelief. Unbelievable how this one is still going on. Oh, that'll leave a mark. And this one's taken to the outside.
So the ultimate disrespect.
He's searching for something.
I will give you something different.
He's looking to unload on his opponent with that kendo stick. With that kendo stick.
Ducks out of harm's way.
Drop kick.
That's a shotgun drop kick. It's.
Oh, did you hear that? Gunther is performing with such precision right now.
That's bloodshed. Well,
at the competition. Finishing it off with one
those stomps, good intensity. Nice, just immediately going right to the floor.
Gunther shifts that to his favor, and he re-enters into the ring. Gunther just beheaded him with that lariat. That's the astonishingly crushing offense we've come to expect from Gunther.
And he evades sudden, swift, and brutal impact. Yet another targeted attack to the torso there.
And his body has taken a lot of the punishment.
Clubbing blow.
Let's get some more weaponry.
Taken to the floor, and he's got no worries about the count.
Down, baby. U.S. belt on the line. IWGP US to be exact.
The kendo stick.
Just a relentless assault from Gunther.
Gunther is looking impressive.
That's looking at it. The counter part really got in the way there because
with that headbutt.
skipping frames.
Blow up the blow here. Getting
I think there's a bit of middle all this. I mean, on the same time, scroll by the people in the same, but it gets kind of wonky with different HD and license. Let's get some freaking blood. If you lost monikers there, then listening to the CEO theme from Mercedes Monet.
Set up in the corner. What is coming next?
I thought I gave him the.
And this is just unmatched brutality, and Gunther is showcasing his arsenal.
Gunther showing that exact ruthlessness.
I wanted to do skill creations. It's a real game style. Even the combo system actually works pretty well for older school folks. Like in 2K24, I had like my favorite Jimmy Valiant creation, and I just changed the moveset. Jimmy Valiant has such a unique moveset. It's really not going to be replicated very well by default in the game. Kind of like the real tailor. It's a tweet into it, but the thing is, I get in these matches, I go to multiple games, and it's like, change the movesets up, and then kind of forget, okay, which move is wrong in which game. It's usually if I keep for the uniform.
Using that barricade with great effect. Sits straight to the
With Cage, we got at least
barricade with such force.
a beat up back, which is good. I wanted to get some blood going here. Some of that in a second.
Chinlock, and now just rapid fire punches.
Oh, back elbow breaks that up. He flipped out the middle there. Reversal after reversal. He's doing counters for days.
Them sets.
Oh, what a slap.
Honestly, it's so brutal. I mean, you have big shots.
Witnessing WWE history.
The thing with those shots is they damage the body enough to where you
Will ever forget. It's a
take time to recover.
reason. The versatile and deadly table.
It's so weird that blood is so hard to come by in these games. What is the issue? Even when you have like packs and all. Yeah, that's good. I mean, a lot of the old school guys get these kind of generic movesets, and unfortunately with these generic movesets, like in my eyes, they're just insane movesets for, really anyone yet, but especially with older school guys. It's kind of like the Legend of Wrestling, where they, people like roster, but they just don't carry the movesets. Okay, this kills while you're fun here. And now we've got some really good, like, body damage. I like this because that's right in line with what Mox would do. Mox would fight back out of nowhere from underneath and clean out damage to the body like that. And that's good. It's good bruising. It really does fit like the beating. The lack of blood hurts a little bit because it's taking a lot of impact and a lot of logical blood. It's like with Boots Wagner for the demand match on Collision.
Champ really feeling the effects of this match now. This match is finally really taking its toll. Who knows how much further this thing will go now?
So Leone just got busted open. This looks good. This is good. This brutality on there. Chest is beaten up. I gave him the punch trap combo there. I guess I didn't. Oh well. Maybe I did, and it's like fully.
Putting his opponent into the crosshairs.
There we go. Got some blood in there, maybe.
I think we all breathed a sigh of relief. There was not another blow dealt.
Favorite dickhead Gunther.
Just mocking their opponent right now. Total disrespect. Gunther stringing together some impressive offense right now.
Gunther's in a position of
Okay, that's it. Yeah, that's fine. I prefer not having action number. 5 mini strikes. So, three custom matches in here. It's so goofy. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't help anything. It's the stories you can tell, because I like having Golden Underground stuff, but I can't have that. I can't have three-way damage. Pretty basic. Okay, yeah, I'm going to take a look at your creations in order. I've redone the creations. One thing I missed with this my little PS4 version is I would generally kind of blend different consoles. So I would have like the PS4 do my mix of older and new, and then PS5 would be like the new. Well, I stopped even playing the PS4 version because the review version I got of TK25 and PS5, that or PS4, that didn't even have an active save I could use and carry over for like multiple weeks. Cool. Yeah, but Torch has a lot of good stuff for archiving, as does the Observer. The Queen of Sheets is also really good for history too, just in terms of context. It feels like something in hindsight that kind of captures how something felt in the frame. It's so happy that he's got a little bit of blood in this match. We've got so much physicality. But no good, you know, his body deformation, which looks good. Chest is on detail. Damn, Mox. And a rough shot. You can kind of, no, you can't change it. You're stuck. You can? Oh, yeah. Okay, so I did change it? Guess I could count it. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's good to be in the history of the That's about, you're about the same age I was when I was getting in the Observer site. And, you know, I recommend that as a good resource. And then you have, like, the Torches phenomenon, too. Torches probably the better resource for the Vince. The WWE, like the steroid truck, and this kind of stuff. The Observer's best in the business for edits. And those are so good. My mom was like, she wasn't a big wrestling fan, but she loved those edits. Because they really capture like why you would care, even if you've never seen someone wrestle or you're not a fan of wrestling. Get behind the person. Wrestling is a history unlike anything else. It really does. Oh, and Carlson. Dragon King Carl and Link is cool. He's also on the Observer side. But the Patreon is probably the best resource because it'll give you some old observers. And the good thing with these new sets, I mean, people, think, oh, old wrestling's dead. Let's find out versus Baba in JWA. Basically, is a drinking. I mean, in terms of its stiff, it's hard hitting, it's using the ring in logical ways, and it's so advanced, you couldn't have that match dead on today. I did that match in 2K24. Right after I saw the JWA. There's that Death Rider. Surprising good for it. Yeah, that's fine. I'm cool with that. That's fine. Money, give me a chance to make a couple tweaks that match. That might go down as one of the best matches in WWE history. Okay, so we need to have a little bit of that back to see if we got a lot of. Yeah. There's a lot of nuance there. A lot of people think, oh, just make an old guy. There's nuance there about it. You look even different acts. Jimmy Garvin from World Class is different than Jimmy Garvin in JCP, and they're both worlds different from giant steroided up, terrible work rate Jimmy Garvin in WCW, where he was just god awful. And then you have like Michael Hayes, who was just always kind of Michael Hayes. Then he became, a different kind of good worker, older, when he was a player coach. He's actually pretty decent in the player coach role. Okay, we're going to do the draping choke here and the corner trap stuff. There it is. Yeah. It's a lot better overall. Yeah, it's a fascinating industry. I mean, wrestling is probably the only business where you're going to have so much. What do I want here? I want the chest. The clothesline. See, that fits. I'm going to actually do the overhand chop here, and then the neck chop here, because that's just a more impactful blow. Backdrop. Can I do a headbutt? Yeah, we're going to do a headbutt there. Yeah, we're going to redo Gunther Mox, but we're going to do that one. Yeah, Mania 32, why not? One thing that bugs me with these games is, because the gameplay is basically identical. You can really wind up spending so much time just trying to recreate, stuff you did the past. It's like, okay, well, that's not exactly ideal. But, it is the 4th, by the way, so happy 4th of July for anyone that celebrates the 4th. And, okay, we got militarized Mox there, so it's kind of 2019 gear.
You're not rewarded in WWE for sitting back and waiting. This superstar did things on their own terms, and that's why they're the champ. That hard work and determination certainly has paid off for them, Corey, but the challenger has put in that same effort.
So, yeah, it'll be a close he was someone I thought would do better in WWE. Because I enjoyed his work in NXT. I remember he was just doing extra work. And we gave him a Wrestling Observer Wrestler of the Week. Him and Billy Miley gave Wrestlers of the Week because Miley really impressed me. And I thought he would be like somebody who would sell in WWE. He just didn't. And then,
there are no consequences. Just let that dark part of your mind take over and run wild.
Retired. It's weird. It's like you figure, okay, this guy worked on the Indies. He wouldn't just be like totally in that WWE system, and yet he wasn't. ECW was interesting. You got like international run. You got your different eras of ECW. Like '96 is probably the best era of ECW in a lot of ways. Whereas '97 had a good blend of star power. Even at ECW, like until it's late 2000. It just gets to the point where you don't have the card depth. When you look at '98 and they have Jerry Lynn and Candido in that opening first 2-3 matches position, and it worked, and they had card depth. Whereas in the latter day, they had no card depth. And you'd have like York and Matthews who did work, they're not pushed. They were just guys. Daniel, same deal. He's just a dude. And it's like him and have lost a lot of, what made ECW work, which was just, okay, here's the cast of characters I'm dealt with. Push him. You look at what he did with Just Incredible. And, I knew Incredible was Aldo, but it's also one of those things that's like, it's freaking Aldo Montoya. Judge the guy based on how should have been. It's a tough company to get into because there's so many different eras, and it's 7 years in now. AAA, really, the 90s is their peak in a lot of ways. They had a game in 15 years ago now. A lot of the best AAA game in some ways is ECW Revenge. Having Psychosis, La Parka, Eddie, Kenny, like guys who really made a name for themselves in AAA. Eddie was someone who couldn't really get a break in the U.S. Even having a WCW Terry Funk couldn't get him in. And it set his quarterback. I think it really set him back, and I took that shot and they finally had him in that TV team. There was also an issue of like, okay, where do you put them? It's the one thing I think of constantly when people are like, well, you got to bring in X. And it's like Enzo and Cass coming back into it. It was like, where do you put him? And the logical thing for me is you put him in NXT. Because there it's NXT. You wouldn't tag those guys. No. You can send the TNA. No. TNA needs people. He's underrated in the sense that
he's leaving the ring now. No
countouts to worry about. He just had no charisma. The WCW had a lot of guys like that where they were kind of fun TVs. The Texicans of Tax Slice and Gear and 2.5 years of coming from this pattern of who become in WWE. They were all in WCW. And Jesse Ventura really helped them out a ton by calling the Texicans, really giving them some good. Old Steven Real. I would argue, despite his breadth of work being greater in WWE, his best actual work as a character was WCW.
Absolutely no telling what's underneath the ring now.
He was being used to get eaten over, and he was trusted very early to get guys over. John Paul looked up, and this is 94. Eagle's been there as a push act for a year. And Levesque is put there as, hey, we see something in you. Let's give you a read. And that was a team, basically that's what the Blue Bloods were, except it was still Levesque against Eaton. It was not the best. Eaton got a good year of extra push time. That was his last push. And that was a team that really should have gotten the belt just to give Eaton a gold box. But it was the Hogan era, so that sure how wasn't going to happen in that division. The Hogan boys, they were going to get belts. And they were always pushed. And to be fair, honest to God, WCW was probably their best run. They had really good brawling matches. I mean, they were very underrated. They were hated for their nasty boys, and they always had that Hogan Nepo baby kind of vibe to them. But I mean, they killed guys. They were a violent team in the era when you did not have the violent matches. They made it work. Street fights and table matches and stuff like Public Enemy. Best push in a lot of ways was ECW, but my favorite Public Enemies is WCW.
He's out of the ring.
And they're doing the table stuff, before most people are making a big deal, but they're doing double spots. And yes, Sabu had his WCW run, but that was more. He was a bad fit. He was getting a lot of advice from Sheik, and Sheik was giving him a lot of advice that would have been great for the and not exactly applicable to 1985, and you come off as hard to deal with, but that also worked, because it's Sabu. It's Sabu. He could make anything. Really gifted wrestler, and somebody literally died exactly as you would expect Sabu to die, because right after that. His last match wasn't it. It's like he did that one last match for Coates, the Super Junior's wife, or I think they were looking. Also, that might have played a role in him not being in the game, because his wife was right. Sabu was in the files, which He's perfect. It'd be nice to have Cedric and OVD in the It's weird they kept in the WWE. Well, that was really. Oh man, that was something special. I mean, you see Vault's probably the best way to do the big stuff. Still making money on it relative to it's not going to be a selling point to anybody. And now old school is this good. Old school is probably 5 to 10 years before the pandemic. So Moxley would be school. I mean, the shooting stuff's 13 years of WWE. For my money, the best group they've ever had. In terms of work, and they didn't draw the money. Freebirds did. That's the history, probably the greatest thing in the year. You know, for what they wound up being. They all became main eventers, and Moxley's been an international MVP for 7 years. It's like, okay, probably the greatest unit of that size in WWE history, based on what WWE history would be. Working in the market, which is fine. That's still good. WWE goes to market. So, one thing that WWE does that UFC doesn't do is always market the past in their final. It's UFC 6 marketing the past with that. More legends and strangers who don't have Lesnar in this one. I could show. He's interesting because that EA UFC fight style does not fit him. Fit him well was the YouTube. That is perfect. That's my favorite. Undisputed 3 to me is just in terms of getting the sports complexities in there. Everything looks snug. Like it's weird. I'll throw a forearm here. There, that forearm shot hits snug. You don't get that in the UFC games. Your UFC game shots, even if they're you're landing heavier strikes, none of them feel impactful. And it's kind of the same issue EA and but a lot worse because here we are 6 games into it. All of them so years in this same game. And I'm still waiting for a game that feels really good. It's even Undisputed 2000. It's another row roster. Undisputed 3 had the pride, folks.
The absolutely crushing offensive Gunther
just one. Or just a 20. This is
draped across the top turnbuckle.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that.
And this is just
it's good heel bullshit. It's cool.
Gunther just continues to mount
the facing.
Gunther showing that edge, that ruthlessness.
I did Fritz versus Abba in 2K24 years ago. Those were great matches. My goal with that was to recreate the vibe of the JWA stuff. And then, literally, you can watch that match on YouTube, and it feels like a YouTube match. It's remarkable to me how much, like, it literally, you could do that exact match today, and it would be, a phenomenal match for Gunther. I want this because this guy Mox is beaten down, and I just want some frickin' blood to make this match seem epic, and the battle in the back, the battle in the chest. Don't have it on the head, despite the head being massacred in the mouth.
turnbuckles. Quick exchange of counters.
And again, that's an opportunity for some bloodshed.
He's got it. The momentum is squarely on Gunther's side right now.
Gunther's in a position of power here.
He's got 7. He might want to get
Rear chin lock, and now there's rapid fire punches.
They get some Wendy's Duke burgers on my last quarter. Those are good ones. I did a couple last night. I should have toasted my bone a bit.
Nice takedown.
And you got a flash cradle here. He was like 15 inches, 15 inches. So he's not per burger. I might have done it, but today I'm going to do a double.
My God, what a striking display.
And save that for sandwiches.
Oof. Gunther finding an opening. Ooh, the forearm connects. Separated into the corner. Oh, a knee. Lights out.
Pretty brutal stuff. You got it's just eating up, beating in, and that's just letting it all hang out. Nothing more you can do there. Oh, and tonight, because it's Saturday, it's also going to be MLW. It's low-key a really good show. Like, they deserve to get a lot more views because that show was legit. That was very fun for 605 YouTube watch. Very much reminds me of WCW Saturday Night. They have like really good work rate. Yeah, that's Mystical and Templari. Legit. Best TV match ever. Music. Anything on Dynamite, anything on Collision. The thing with AEW now is it's such a hard company to get into. So if you miss
their opponent staggered into the corner, and that's not where you want to be.
Show, it's not going to be lost. Like, it's not like they're doing such elaborate lore you can't figure stuff out.
And straight into the pin attempt. 2 count. No, stops the count at 2.
Not
Just
an easy escape, but
instead, people
staying
eating
alive
it's all
for the moment.
Good night. Rear chin lock, and now just rapid fire punches.
They're going to set their opponent up and go for that. Stopping in the middle of the
Thank you.
That's pretty cool.
From behind, rocking in the Goji.
That's it. Good stuff.
New champion fulfilling their destiny. No doubt that was a match people will be telling their kids about for years to come. Here's another look.
Have a celebration here. We got Strong champion, US champion. I missed that real spot. That was a good little run there.